This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching Von Allen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go!
Von Allen Sports.
Hey there, how you doing? Coach here outside of beautiful Arrowhead Stadium, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. You're watching Von Allen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. So subscribe now and join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go, baby.
Von Allen Sports.
That was outstanding on so many levels. Look at that torque.
What's up, guys? What's up? Yeah. So, the Chargers didn't want to compete tonight. So, we don't get the number 1 seed, but it was nice beating the crap out of the Dolphins. I'll tell you something, though. Mike McDaniel creeps the hell out of me, dude. He's a weirdo. Did you guys see him at the beginning of the game? He was just like, yeah, man, yeah. It's like he was all jacked up and excited for a game that his team completely laid an egg. It's like they weren't even ready. It's just weird. But the Chargers didn't want to compete today, and that cost us, so that really sucks. But that's the problem with relying on other teams to do your job for you. You know? It's why we look at it this way. If we hadn't dropped that lead against the Bills and let them come back, we'd have the number 1 seed right now. So, yeah. It's our fault. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to get something to eat before, I was trying to eat as fast as I could before I went live. I may have to eat a little bit on camera, which I don't like doing, but I've got no choice because we've got 3 hours to kill. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. So we got the Ravens. We got Lamar Jackson back. And he actually decided to play tonight. And yeah, he's actually playing. Like playing, you know what I mean? I mean that figuratively. Yeah, it looks good so far. But Aaron Rodgers is going to have to do something. So, because if they lose this game, the hell happened to my turtleneck? Why does it look like it's been like, what the hell happened to it? Anyway, who cares? All right. So, if the Steelers lose, this could just change everything. Mike Tomlin might leave. Aaron Rodgers may retire or go somewhere else. I don't think Aaron's going to retire. But I really don't want the Ravens in the playoffs. I just don't. Because what they can do is they can like awkwardly and accidentally like go on a run just enough to ruin it for all your teams that you're going for or the people you're going for. But then they'll blow it at the last minute, and then the team you really hate will end up getting a win because the Ravens will choke. But that's only after they've ruined your chances and ruined any hopes you had. Because they're not capable of winning the whole thing. I say Lamar Jackson is not capable of winning the whole thing. And Aaron is what's left of the old guard. And I guess I'd like to see him do well. If it's not us, then that would be kind of cool. So it's weird saying that, but like, because it's the Steelers and all, but does it really matter at this point? We ain't rivals anymore. Haven't run into each other. It's not like the old days. It's not the Roethlisberger Brady days. It's just, that's over. So man, Aaron throws that ball so effortlessly. It's weird. It looks like he just went like that, and Michael Vick was like that too. They just flick it, and it looks like it's got all the power behind it. It's very strange, very strange. Are you wanting to say hi? Okay. What's up? Say hi. Meow 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 meow. Really? She's wondering what's going on with the Panthers. Any news on the Panthers? So are they in? Didn't they need the Falcons to win or something like that? I didn't check. Does anybody know? I'll get your answer for you, okay? Her favorite team's the Panthers, by the way, just letting you know. So, meow, meow, go Panthers. Meow, meow. Okay, good job. Good job. All right. Always striving to be better, says on Rumble. Because I said, he goes, win the number 2 seed. And I said, we could have been 1, but the Chargers didn't want to compete. And he says, we got to get them back. So we're going to be playing the Chargers. And we got to punish them now for that crap. So. No, that wasn't Ramsey's. That was Amelia. So the Panthers are in over the Bucks. That's funny. That's funny. Wait, Bucks are in. Which is it? I'll just check myself. I'm getting conflicting information. Okay. The Panthers are in. They're the 4th seed. Guys, we have an 8-9 team who's getting a home game. Okay? I just want you to think about that. It's happened again. It happened in 2022 with the Bucks. They did not deserve to be in the playoffs. I don't care that Tom Brady was the quarterback. That was embarrassing. It was shameful. And now the same division, 8 and 9 Panthers are going to get a home game. That is just wrong. Let's take a look at this here. Conference standings. This is so wrong. So, the Vikings and Lions both are 9 and 8, while the Panthers are 8 and 9. But the Lions and the Lions and Vikings are both sitting at home. And not only did they not get to be in the playoffs, but the Panthers actually are a higher seed, okay? The Panthers are a higher seed than the Rams, who's 12 and 5. And the 49ers, who are 12 and 5. Do you have any idea how shameful that is? That is. Something has to be done about this. I find it a little weird, though, that the NFC has produced so many teams that don't have very good records. It's I mean, for the division winners, at least. I mean, they've only got one 14-win team. The second seed of the NFC is 11-6. That's the second best team in the NFC is 11-6. As far as the seeding goes. Sorry. As far as the seeding goes. Strange, huh? It's very strange. It means that there were a lot of good teams in one division, which was the NFC West, producing a lot of good teams. And the other divisions apparently didn't know who they wanted to be. And the Packers shouldn't even be in there. And neither should the Chargers, because we shouldn't have a seventh. So it's just, it's all stupid. It's all stupid. You know what? Why don't we start a petition? Why don't we try to get something going and get NFL fans to sign up for it, and then send it to the league and say, listen, whether you win in your division or not, winning your division should only guarantee you a playoff spot, but not a home game. With the exception that even if you win your division, if you have a losing record, you're out. You're out. And then just that division doesn't have a representative that year. I think that's it, man. Because the emphasis on divisions is stupid. I don't even like divisions anymore. I'd say get rid of them. I don't even care. Let's just have AFC and NFC. Mix that up, man. Just you play in your conference and you play and that's it. You try to win your conference. That's it. Just two conferences. There you go. No more divisions. No more playing the Jets and the Dolphins and the Bills twice every year. It's so boring. I'm tired of it. I'm even tired of seeing everybody else's games. I'm tired of seeing the Giants and Cowboys on Monday Night Football. My God. Could you get me any more boring? It's like I see that on the schedule. I'm just like, shit. Okay? Nobody wants to see the Redskins playing the damn Eagles. It's just like, nobody cares. No one cares. And Thursday night, they always put the damn division games on Thursday night. There's only so many times I can watch the Bengals and the Browns. Okay? Just stop it. Just get rid of it. I'm fed up. I'm fed up. Bitch. We're up in the passer. We're up in the passer. What, did someone look at the passer? Did he look at him? Did he try to tickle his butt cheek? What did he do? What did he do? Did he not? So a Ravens player trips a Steeler, and the Steeler runs into Lamar Jackson and tries to wrap him up cleanly, but it hits his knees instead. And the Steelers are the penalized ones. So there's no flag for tripping. I like that. That's nice. That's very good refereeing. It's very clever. How would I structure the conference? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Thank you, Crossbearer. Panthers are in and we'll be hosting the Rams. Sorry, I just looked at that, but thank you for answering me. Yeah, the best games in the NFL was when Peyton was playing Tom Brady or when we would run into Roethlisberger, things like that. And if you're making the schedule and it's an open conference schedule and there's no divisions, if you've got games like that, you could make them twice a year, right? Just like that. You could make them twice a year. Imagine if they had done it my way back in the 2000s. We get Peyton and versus Tom 2 times in the regular season, even though they're not. It's like, who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that? That would be so awesome. You could put some, teams that were really struggling the previous year, and you could put them against other struggling teams more often. Dude, there's so many options you could do. There's so many opportunities for like really good scheduling, really good football. And Lamar Jackson sacked. But you have to keep in mind something, okay? The reason the divisions don't mean anything, and they say, oh, the old rivalries. Dude, you're just talking about logos. There's no rivalry. Oh, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a long-standing rivalry. They hate each other. Who hates each other? Who hates each other? Who are we talking about? Because depending on the era, the completely different players, completely different coaches, completely different everything. Sometimes different owners in certain cases, depending on what the team is. So who are you talking about? You're talking about logos here. And I want to create new rivalries. Let's create new ones. Let's get some new blood in there, you know? Let's even have a conference crossover where you play a different conference team twice. And each year it changes. But that one year you will play a different conference team and start getting those cross conference games. That would be really cool. That would be awesome. Yeah, Psycho Mantis. The players don't give a shit. It's the fans that come up with this dumb stuff. I mean, you know, it's like at the end of the day, you're rooting for a logo. You know, it's just a logo, and so these divisions don't mean anything. There's no historical bearing on the Bears versus Packers from 1950, to today. There's no. It's just. What, does everybody in Chicago have it out for people in Green Bay? You know, it's like, what is this? No, let's try to create better games and better matchups and more interesting stuff, because this sucks. I'm in a mood tonight, huh? Damn. Well, yeah, they can play Minuteman. They can play the Dolphins. So if you want, you can play your old division teams, like if they got rid of the divisions, but you'll still play those guys on schedule just to keep that going, like you're talking about. But you don't have to play them twice. You know, maybe some years you will, because if they do a rotating thing, but you don't always have to. And I think that would make it much more interesting. So, and it would also eliminate this stupid shit in the playoff seeding. It would get rid of that. So basically, it would just be the best teams in the teams that finish the highest, straight up. Okay, we're just talking about straight up winning percentage, and then of course tiebreakers after that. Straight up winning percentage, and that determines who you are. That's it. That's it. No, we don't need no temperature rivalry. I mean, we can play the Bucks, you know? Instead of playing Miami, we can play the Bucks. You know? It's just I don't know. I don't care. And then we can have other hot weather teams visit us. We can have the Cardinals come visit us. We can have the Chargers visit us and people like that. What's up, kiddo? What's up, kiddo? No, the NBA, that's not why the NBA sucks. The NBA sucks because there's too many games. When you have that many games, nothing means anything. It's also why adding the 17th game is stupid. Okay, let's see. Who's here now? I forgot to do that. Let me go back here. Sorry, guys. I forgot to do that. I usually do that at first. Who was here first? Blind Assassin. Elf of Courage was second. Let's go. Elm7145 says, hey, Aaron, I heard that Brady and said Stafford should win MVP. I have no idea if that's true or not. If he did, I don't really give a shit. So, Tom Brady also told me to invest into his digital currency company, XTF. And thank God I didn't put money in that account. Doesn't mean Tom Brady always knows what he's talking about. Okay. Psycho Mantis, John Thomas Chavez, Blind Assassin. Let's see here. Israel, what's up, man? Okay, this is terrible. I'm going to need my glasses. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Crossbearer says, instead of playing on Rumble, Crossbearer says, instead of playing anybody twice, I'd be more for playing teams across the conference. Yeah, that'd be fun, right? I love interconference games. I always look forward to those every year. There was a year when the Seahawks won the division with a 7-9 record. That was 2010, okay? And the defending Super Bowl champions, New Orleans Saints, had to go to Seattle, even though they were like 11-5, I think, something like that, right? They had to go to a 7-9 team in Seattle, and they lost. That was the famous Beastquake where Marshawn Lynch ran for that long run. And they said it like registered on the Richter scale or something because of the crowd. And I don't even know if I believe that's true, but anyway, they said that. But doesn't matter. The point is that the Saints never should have been put in that situation. It's unfair. It's completely unfair. The playoffs are a reward for excellence during the regular season, not because you just happen to be in a dog shit division that everyone in it is incompetent idiots. All right? It's just pathetic. This is back in the day when the 49ers were complete dog shit every year. All right? The Cardinals had lost Kurt Warner, so now they were dog shit. Their whole time was over. They still had Larry Fitzgerald, though, the one that everyone licks the ass of and thinks that it's the greatest whatever. Yeah, they still had Larry when this was going on, just to let you know. But they lost Kurt, and then they sucked. The Rams were a joke. They were still in St. Louis, but they were a joke. I can't remember who their quarterback was. I think it might have been at that time. I think that might have been the time that they drafted Sam Bradford. That might have been the result of that. So, but yeah, every team was garbage. Obviously, Seattle was garbage. They were 7-9, but that's unbelievable that happened. Alpha Courage says only the 7 best records should be allowed. I can't believe the Steelers are going to let this happen to them. They were clearly the better team this year. They've underachieved so much. I've watched them play down to their competition like crazy. It's unbelievable. Like it's somewhat of a Steelers thing, isn't it? It's kind of a reputation they have. Minuteman says watching Giants Cowboys yearly is like having nasal polyp surgery once a year. That's true. Phil Williamson says about Brady, good thing they yanked his vote. Minuteman asked me who am I rooting for? I'm rooting for the Steelers. Like I said, I don't want to run into the Ravens in the playoffs. Unless it's an AFC championship game. I don't even know if it's possible to run into them, honestly, without it being the AFC championship game. Because then you can count on Lamar choking. But Okay. Make the season interesting and make it an 82-game season like the NHL, and you play everyone more than once. An 82-game season? And we'd have to be drafting people from high school at that point. Yeah, Tampa Bay from New England, that would be fun. Yeah, that would be. Just to, change the location where they're going, unfamiliarity. But like I said, the schedule makers can put those good teams together, those teams that, and then the bad teams instead of, and then here's the thing about the draft. I don't like the system where you can tank at the end of the season. I don't like that. I just don't. I think that there's something has to happen where I don't know exactly how to solve it, but maybe at the end of the year, there's a certain threshold where you end up a certain way, and then there's like a certain stopping point where we say, okay, in week whatever, the worst team, this is the draft order right now. But then those bad teams now, the way they perform the rest of the year will determine whether or not they get that pick. And that's so like if you're scheduled for the first draft pick in week 13 and you've been eliminated from the playoffs and you're scheduled for like a let's say top 5 pick, you still have to earn that pick by winning your games or being the best team to finish out the rest of the year. So that way, no one's tanking to get the pick because they're trying to make the playoffs. But once they're eliminated from the playoffs, now they're trying to win to maintain their own pick, to keep that high pick. And I think that would make everything way more interesting at the end of the year instead of what we got this weekend, which was more than half the games were pointless, And then you got just dumb shit like going on. And then you got other teams limping into the playoffs that shouldn't have because the team they played didn't care. We've seen that before too. We have a $2 super chat from Elf of Courage. Thank you, Elf. I appreciate that, buddy. He said, I did the math. 16 AFC teams equal 1 game against every team plus 3 NFC teams. You're right. We don't need divisions. There you go. There you go. And I don't want to hear anybody say anything about, but the divisions also is about traveling. Really? Really? People have made this argument to me, by the way. I don't want to hear that argument. Here's why. It's the same argument as saying that they're trying to set these rules for player safety. They're so involved with player safety that they add a 17th week. Okay? They add a 17th. They have a 17th game. Not a 17th week, a 17th game. And an extra seed, but I thought they cared about player safety. Okay. So it's the same argument. If traveling was an argument like someone on X had said to me, then the Dolphins would not be in our division. The Dallas Cowboys would not be in the NFC East. See what I mean? These things would be changed. The Colts would not be in the AFC South. What's going on? Did you pull the cats out of the dungeon? Get control. Anyway, Just the divisions don't make any sense anyway. You know, it's and you pigeonhole yourself. You by calling them by directions, A, east, south, north, west. Yeah. It maybe just give them clever names instead. So, because a lot of it doesn't make any sense. Here's what I want an answer to. Okay? Answer me this. Give me an answer. Give me an answer. When the divisions were being made in 2002, why did Peyton Manning's Colts get to go to the dog shit division, AFC South? And the Miami Dolphins had to stay with us. Think about that for a second. Think about it. Oh, but the Miami is in the East. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but the Indianapolis Colts aren't in the North. Okay? Or the South. They're in the North. So, there goes that. At least the Colts are closer. So, I mean, like, I don't know. So Peyton Manning, he got to go and play. He got to leave playing Buffalo, New England, and New York in that weather. And he got to move to a division where he plays Jacksonville, Houston inside a dome, and then Nashville, depending on the weather. It could be good. It could be kind of weird, but it's kind of neutral. And he plays in a dome himself. Nobody brought this up. Nobody. Not ever. And for almost the entire Tom Brady's career, all of those teams sucked. All three of those teams generally sucked. Sometimes they'd be like good like 1 year or something, like every other team does. No one brought this up, dude. No one ever talked about it. It was always Tom Brady. Tom Brady's a bad division. Really? Then maybe we should have kept the Colts. Maybe we should have let Miami Dolphins go play with Jacksonville, Nashville, and Houston. You know, because they're down there with them. That makes more sense, right? What the hell are the Dallas Cowboys doing in the NFC East? See, that's what I'm saying. You mess it up when you give it those names. So you should have given them just unique names that didn't really have any relevance to any kind of direction or anything like that. But just there's a lot of things that don't make sense anymore, in my opinion. So that's where I'm at on this. Yeah, the NBA has a lot of problems, and it certainly ain't the schedule. I cannot believe the Bucks couldn't make the playoffs this year. Like, what is that? I was told that was a stacked team. I was told that was a super team, right? I don't know. They told me that Baker Mayfield was going to go in there and do better than Brady and all that and win another Super Bowl. I still waiting on it. I just who knows? Or how about Todd Bowles is the worst head coach in the history of the NFL? Why don't we try that? How about that? Tyler the Truth, what's going on? When you're right, you're right. Yeah, Kansas City lost intentionally. Yeah, that was pretty lame, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't like lotteries that much. Yeah, I'd suit up, baby. Let's go. 82 game season, I'd suit up. Just a second. Come on, Aaron. First down. Aaron's got to start taking the check down sometimes, dude. Just take what they give you, man. I know that's his game to play hero ball, but come on. Yeah, I'm against the lottery because, first of all, a lottery can be rigged. And we've seen the horrors of what happened in the NBA. Nice run. So we know that the NBA rigged the lottery for Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks. That that one was bent, and they knew which one it was, and that's how he chose it. And then there's been other instances where it's like, come on, it's no. I like my way of doing it where you have to earn it. So problem is you can't prove tanking. So we have to do something about that. How do you miss that throw, Aaron? Yep. That's what you needed right there. That's what you needed. Wide open, and you overthrow him. Tom Brady would have made that throw. So would Drake May. The Cowboys are in the NFC East, but yet in the Mid-South. Exactly. Milena keeps escaping the dungeon. I should probably... Okay, so one of the cats knows how to take the keys to her. So that's how it works. It's like, what is that, the movie The Mask, where the dog brings the keys? I think that's the Mask, right? Can someone explain to me why Aaron just stopped? That was weird. He was trying to make a throw. He was hoping the Raven would the momentum of the Ravens player would keep him going, Robinson, and then he could come back and throw it. That was a very awkward situation just now. But it's okay. He made it. 57 yards. That's not an easy kick, guys. Especially in Pittsburgh. Their field is weird to kick off of. It's not good for kicking. Not in my opinion. I never like kicking off that kind of the grass there. So, okay. Swap the Cowboys and the Panthers. See, that would make that would at least make a little more sense, right? Because where do they play in Charlotte, right? And it's yeah. Just right up. You just go up. So yeah. That makes sense. But since it makes sense, the NFL is probably not going to go for it. Can we address the Skip Bayless glaze of Shadur Sanders? Yeah, that one is a mystery to me. I'm not really clear on that. Oh, but speaking of the Browns players, so last night we were talking about MVP and if an MVP was ever going to be another player. And I said it doesn't translate. Like Lawrence Taylor was able to be the leader of the Giants, and that would translate to going to the Super Bowl. Myles Garrett just broke the sack record. Of course, he had to do it in 17 games, so Michael Strahan did it in 16. But still, he broke the sack record. And the Cleveland Browns are dog shit. His elite play did nothing for the Browns. It made no difference. It didn't help them at all. But if Shadur Sanders was playing well, like an MVP, that would translate to wins. Then wins would happen. This is why a non-quarterback is not going to win the MVP. It's just the league has changed too much. It's too different now. Oh, we proved tanking before, Elf, and nothing was done about it. Everyone knew the Colts were tanking for Andrew Luck. Everyone knew that. They were bringing in the worst quarterbacks they could find to make sure of it. The plays they were calling on the field, it was obvious that they were tanking for Luck. Everyone knew it. I think the Raiders already had the number 1 pick, didn't they? Well, I know that Skip Bayless loves Dion, and so maybe there's like a relationship there and something, because Dion used to come on the show Undisputed. There's a history there in Dallas with Dallas, so this is probably a personal thing with him and Shadur. The Dolphins definitely tanked in 2019. They were even investigated because of it. But again, you can't get it's like you can't get the NFL to punish them. It's so weird. Even the coach came out talking about it. It's just we have to avoid that somehow. Skip Bayless is proof that you could be wrong all the time and still make millions of dollars. Boy, how good did we run the ball today against Miami? Everybody was getting theirs. I don't know who's going to win MVP for sure, but I have a hunch that it's going to be Matthew Stafford. I think that he lost it on primetime TV against the Falcons. I think that matters. I think that the whole country sees that, and you completely shit yourself on national TV. I think that should have some relevance. But they're going to give it to him. They're going to give it to him for all the reasons we've discussed here over and over again. By the way, nobody ever mentioned that the scoreboard is not even set. But you know what? I don't give a shit as long as we play well in the playoffs. Yes, I would like Drake May to win the MVP. That would be great because in 10 years, we're going to be talking about his place in NFL lore. And it will be nice to be able to say he won that MVP. But Right now, it really doesn't have an effect on anything. So let's see here. Look at these. Isn't that cool? Some nice patches there. Let's see what's on this side. Oh, it's just the Nike logo. Okay. It's a cool jacket, right? A very cool jacket. I remember when these were out. I can't remember what season it was that they promoted these, but I said, okay, I got to get one of those. I think it was 2019, to be honest with you. So, yeah, it was 2019. They got Lamar, but it's still third down. The reason I know is because it was the same year as this style. And I got this at Gillette Stadium in 2019. I was at Brady's last home victory, which was against the Bills in week 16. So I got this. So that was the style then. So yeah, it was 2019. Yeah, Mario. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Minuteman says the run game almost reminded him of the 2018 playoff run. It does, right? Yeah. I know what you mean. Yep. So far, the people I know that are MVP voters are never going to vote for Drake May over Matthew Stafford. And because Dan Orlovsky gets a vote, he's going to lobby for Matthew Stafford. He's going to lobby to everybody. And he's going to do what he can to make that happen. So it's over. It's when it's that close, all it takes is somebody lobbying for you. And there's the New England bias that can't hold up against. So we all know Tom Brady should have like 5 MVPs right now. It's just not. It's stupid. I wonder what the weekend schedule looks like because I have a chess tournament on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of those Boston homers are like the self-hating American journalists and self-hating Americans. They hate Boston more than just about anybody. Okay, they don't have. Let's see. Playoff schedule. I don't think they have it yet. Yeah, they're not going to do that until after this game, probably. I thought they might at least have some of them. All right, whatever. Yeah, I saw Matthew Stafford throwing it at the 1 yard line into the end zone. It's completely necessary. While the Patriots were having Drake May run the ball because that's what was working. So the Patriots focused on just game management stuff. So I got in trouble on Lead Chess. It's there's two main chess websites. There's Lead Chess and chess.com. And nice fourth down there, Pittsburgh. And by the way, for Baltimore and Pittsburgh, this is the playoffs. So this is how they would play in the playoffs, apparently. So on Lead Chess, you can't turn the chat off. And so I played these guys from India a lot. You end up being matched with people from India because I play late into the night, and so in India they're all awake. First of all, they're massive cheaters. Okay, all they do is cheat. They're always. It's like it seems like 1 out of every 5 or 6 games somebody's cheating. Ooh, got a super chat. Just a second. Hold that thought. We have a $2 super chat from Elf of Courage. She said, the majority of MVP winners either don't make the Super Bowl or don't win it. That's true. It's historically been a curse. It's very rare for that to happen. That's a good point. So, the reason that generally is the case, why it's not very common for that to happen is because if your quarterback is MVP, it means that he was the heaviest part of the team. And it usually means that the team is heavily weighted on one side versus the other. If you're a good playoff team, that means you're probably pretty well balanced. It means that your defense is just as good as your offense. If you're that kind of a team, you usually won't have a quarterback that's an MVP. He usually won't have those kind of stats because that means you're playing a balanced game based off of opponent and not based off of stats and stuff like that. That's usually the case. Not always, obviously, but that's usually what happens. And so when you get to the playoffs, you're facing the best defenses usually in the league. And all that team has to do, the teams you're playing are usually probably well balanced. And all they have to do is just really play a decent all-around game, and then they can neutralize that MVP's play. So I think that's because I used to wonder about this. I used to try to figure that out. Like, why is that the case? And I'll point to 2017 as a good example. So in 2017, Tom Brady won the MVP, right? Well, what happened? We get to the Super Bowl and Tom plays like an MVP, doesn't he? But what lost that game? What lost that game was defense. Because the defense just it wasn't there. They couldn't stop anybody, and of course Belichick didn't even try to help that, but they couldn't stop anybody. That team was in the Super Bowl because Tom Brady, and that was it. So all the Eagles had to do was just try to keep up. So just throw and try to score on that terrible defense, and then all you need is one stop at the end of the game. One. That's it. The whole Super Bowl comes down to one stop. They knock the ball out of Brady's hands, and then they win the Super Bowl. That's all you need right there. The Rams are an interesting case because I don't think they're that good of a team, to be honest with you. I don't think they're that good all around. I think that they have these flashes of really cool stuff, that they do, but I just don't see them going far. They will not be in the Super Bowl. They're not going to be there. So the Patriots are a very interesting case. Like I said, we just ran the ball today. We actually look like a playoff team. And I'm not saying a Super Bowl team yet, but we can win a playoff game. I'm still suspicious of that defense, though. Man, we got another sloppy game today. Last night sucked. Come on, guys, make something happen. You're playing for your playoff lives right now. You're playing for your season. What are you doing? Somebody at least act like it. Yeah, it's a playoff game right now. There goes Lamar Jackson. Flag on the play. All right. Pittsburgh gets a stop. Nova Kurds. Have a courage. Since a $2 super chat, he says, this is what they rigged the Browns-Steelers game for? I know, right? It's like, why'd you go through all that trouble to rig the game so you could get this, and this is what we have to freaking suffer through? This is bad. This is bad stuff. Anybody watching this, they're probably thinking, oh, I hope we get them. It's like, okay. At this point, I'm starting to feel that whoever wins this game is going to lose next week. That's just... Yeah, this is a playoff game right now. So you're playing for your lives. Playing for your lives for this year. And like I said, this game has... You would think that these teams understand this, that this game has more implications than just playoffs. Playoffs? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. I just hope we can win a game. Both teams have head coaches that are questionable to return. Like somebody, people are like, who is it? We don't not sure, but we think it's one of those two. You lose this game if you're the Ravens. Maybe Harbaugh retires, or maybe he wants a change of scenery. Maybe he stays and then they move on from Lamar Jackson, try to trade him. Maybe they want to go back to a Joe Flacco type style quarterback, a pocket passer. Maybe not. I'm just putting this out here. There's some... This could mean a lot. If the Steelers lose, you've got the Aaron Rodgers question. Does he retire? Does he go somewhere else? Is Mike Tomlin the one that is tired of being there? Maybe he wants a year off and then look for another team. Who knows? Thank you, Chris Collinsworth, because the rest of us couldn't see that Aaron can't run as fast as he used to. That's the brilliant commentary they're paying Chris Collinsworth $5 million a year for. That, Aaron's older now and can't run as fast. Thank you, Collinsworth. So, that's high quality shit right there, guys. All right. Boom. Yeah. So I was saying I was on playing Lee chess, and these people from India cheat, but they also are allowed to say racist shit to you. They're calling me white trash and talking about how America is bad and all this stuff. Talking crazy stuff, right? But if you retaliate and say something like, okay, I responded with like I took exception to being called white trash. I'm trying to play chess game right now, and you're distracting me. So I said, hey, at least I don't have to worry about getting dysentery every day. At least I don't have to worry about shit in the streets unless you're in San Francisco. Hey, I said, yeah, it's just, I said, after this game, don't you have an old lady to scam out of her life savings? Is there a gift card you want me to go buy for you at Target? I thought these were all funny responses. I got in trouble. Not him. Me. Interesting. Now, this happens a lot. Okay? But this just happened recently, so it's the one that's fresh on my mind. But this happens quite often. They never get on the Indian. The Indians can say whatever they want to you. It doesn't matter. And now I see Andrew Tate posting on X saying how his chat got turned off because he talked some shit to somebody who started talking shit. Same thing happened. It's just hilarious, dude. I just saw that pop up and it reminded me of that. Raheem Morris has been fired. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. Yeah, guys, our defense was a little suspect today, wasn't it? It's true. What the hell? Yeah, it's not the turnovers, it's what they were giving up, you know? So turnovers are nice, but turnovers don't always happen. Um, I I'd much rather have a defense that doesn't give up much on their side of the turf, you know, um, than having a bunch of turnovers, because those turnovers are not guaranteed every week. You just want to be able to play good positional football, and that concerns me. A lot of turnovers are opportunity or circumstance, you know. It's I'm not saying all, but I'm saying that a lot of it is. But good regular football where you're just playing tight defense, where you're just not letting anybody move the ball, that's on you. That's something. But we all know how turnovers work sometimes. It's so we're gonna end up with the Chargers next week and Justin Herbert. Hope we can pick him off, huh? So get 3 turnovers on his ass. We'll see what happens. That'd be nice. And what I'm mainly referring to is the first part of the game, when the game was still in hand, you know. So, and that blocked field goal, what the hell is that all about? You can't kick the ball with that low of a trajectory, dude. There we go. Nice throw by Aaron. Finally something. Let's go. Yeah, those last two games, look at those were not playoff teams we were playing. Let's go. I'm not saying they suck. I'm just saying that I want to tighten down the amount of yardage that we're giving up, you know. So that's all. I guess I got PTSD from that collapse against Buffalo. But we're playing with house money anyway. So. But I think we can beat the Chargers. Screw that. Better not lose to the Chargers. So anybody got a word on why they benched him, Justin Herbert? So I know that a few weeks ago he hurt his hand, right? But he kept playing. So was the benching, was that related to that? Is that, or was that kind of bullcrap just as an excuse to bench him? Anybody got any word on that? All right. Israel sends a $1 super chat. He says, I'm hearing that Tom Brady said that Stafford should be the MVP. If that's true, it's because Fox told him to say that. Don't know if it's true, though. I don't know. Someone mentioned that earlier in the chat, but yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised Tom actually gave an opinion on it, to be honest with you. So, I mean, if he did. That's a lose-lose situation there. If he picks Stafford, he's going to piss off every New England Patriots fan ever. And that's his market. That's his brand, you know. And then if you pick Drake, then no one's going to take you seriously and call you a bias, call you a homer. And, you know, the best thing to do for Tom would be to just say, yeah, I don't have a vote, so it doesn't matter what I think. That's probably would have been the best situation there, or best, you know, thing to do. So yeah, he had surgery a few weeks ago on that broken left hand. Okay. Very cool, very cool. So fair enough. All right. Well, that is definitely legitimate. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that left hand is perfect for the playoffs. Don't want to fumble a snap, you know, because your left hand's weak. Although I hope he does fumble the snap. But if you're the Chargers, you're not wanting that. So. I'll be honest with you. I feel Just a second. Why does Aaron always do that? Damn. I do feel somewhat confident because of our coach. I do have a lot of faith in Mike Vrabel. I really do. And I think we're lucky. I think we're lucky that we have what we have. Now, if we do make it to the Super Bowl, it's possible that Diggs might not even play in it. So, but that'll be a good problem to worry about. We'll worry about that later. Why are you throwing it like... Lucky. Unbelievable. So lucky. So lucky. So lucky. You got pass interference on this thing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. I'd kick the field goal here, but let's see if they can get in. My God. My God. What is wrong with a field goal? The Ravens, they had 3 guys on that side alone, and that's where your running back is designed to go. And you didn't check out of that play? What was that? What just happened? What? Okay, I'm going to text that girl that was on our show, the Steelers girl. Mike Tomlin, you're an idiot. So is Aaron. Aaron Rodgers, you're an idiot. Said, what in the absolute was that? Unbelievable. We have a new super chat. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Oh, she responded. $2 super chat from Elfa Courage. He says, maybe they'll jump out to a double-digit lead in the first half, then Charger the second half to us. Nice. She says, I have no idea. Ridiculous. This is pathetic. Should have kicked the field goal. But if you were going to go for it, Aaron needed to check out of that play. That play as the Ravens were in place. That right there That is shocking that a veteran quarterback just did that. That is shocking. I said, this is a playoff game, and they're acting like it's the Browns game all over again. My love, my love, my love. Rogers has dementia? I don't know, man, but as a quarterback, when you got so much riding on this, if the coach is too dumb to realize, what's happening, if the offensive coordinator is too dumb to realize what happens and what's going on the field, the quarterback has to know. Yeah, a minute, man. If they kick the field goal, it's 10-6, yeah? But it's worse now. It's because, yeah, it says 10-3. Okay, it doesn't sound like a lot. But the Ravens got that stop. They got the confidence and the momentum of getting that stop has changed. It's much, much worse than it would have been normally. Like, that's... Why do you got to go for it there? Why did that guy just say you got to go for it there? Why? This is clearly where points are at a premium. This is one of those games. It's just nobody is given anything. So you take the points. Okay. The Patriots are not until Sunday night in prime time. That is perfect for us, guys. That's perfect. So I can go to my tournament on Saturday and I don't have to worry about anything. Devin McCourty just said that he thinks that the Chargers want to come to New England and play us. Okay, well, yeah, okay, so it's true. Our defense doesn't have much of a pass rush, right? That's generally in general. That's what he's trying to say. Okay. Well, the Chargers offensive line, I was told by some Chargers fans that the offensive line wasn't very good. Is that true? Is it true? I don't know. So it wouldn't really matter, would it? The stuff these people come up with. It's just analytics. That's right. Analytics. I think the Steelers think it's the Browns all over again. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I am starting to understand though what the Steelers fans have gone through all these years. Like I see it. It's and you know what else? People want to always compliment Mike Tomlin for not having a losing season. Yeah, not having a losing season, but those seasons are a lot of mediocrity. Most of those seasons is mediocrity. You know what mediocrity does over a long period of time? This is what it is. It's being able to swim just enough to keep your head above water to stop you from drowning, but not enough to swim to get out of the water. That's what this mediocrity thing they got, the 8 and 8s, and all that, and the 9 and 8s, and that they've gotten over the years since their Super Bowl stuff. So you're not getting a draft pick or a high draft pick so you can get, like the next Roethlisberger or whatever. But you're not getting very far and becoming a destination where free agents want to come to mix it up a bit. So you're really not, it's just, is that a good thing? I'm just not sure if it's a good thing or not. People talk about it like it's some kind of amazing thing, but I'm not sure. Because what I see from the Steelers every year, this kind of crap, this starts at the coaching, guys. This starts at the head coach. Mickey! Hey! I just text April. Yeah, she's pissed off at the Steelers. Hey, can I get a new one? Sure. Thank you so much. Myles Garrett hopped up on so many steroids, I bet he can't even name them all. Holy crap, is that true? Wow. So they just said that the New York Jets are the first team in history to not have an interception. Wow. Yeah, Elf, he got the record. And yet the Browns still suck. It just doesn't translate. That's why quarterbacks will always be MVPs. Thank you so much. I'll trade you. Nefertiti. 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 Does that make sense? What I'm talking about? You mean the Mike Tomlin thing? I don't even know if anyone was listening. I think Sydney might have been listening. Myles Garrett and John Jones. Yeah. Hopefully, the Steelers will come back and remember that they're in a game that they have to win. Myles Garrett hit that helmet right on the head for execution for the record. Yeah, from 1983, that's when sex started. The records are Gastineau, Strahan, and Garrett. So, have you guys seen that clip where Gastineau approaches Brett Favre at an autograph signing and is like dead serious, being creepy to him, telling him that he took a dive for Michael Strahan to get the record? And Brett Favre is like, what the hell is going on? It's creepy, guys. Watch that video. I'll find it for you. It is creepy, creepy, creepy. You know what? Maybe I can download it and post it here. This is so weird. This is so weird. You got to see this. Hang on just a second. Let's see, 720. That'll work. Let's see if it'll download. Ooh, it worked. Okay. Okay, so this is Mark Gastineau approaching Brett Favre because Brett Favre, he's claiming that Brett Favre took a dive so Michael Strahan could get the sack record, which took the record away from Mark Gastineau. But this is Gastineau. I think at first Brett thought he was kidding, but he wasn't. He was serious, and it got very uncomfortable. Let's see here. There it is.
I thought we met a long time ago. At least I saw you.
Right.
How you doing?
When you fell down for him. I'm going to get my sack back. I'm going to get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Well, I don't care. You hurt me. You hurt me. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You really hurt me. You hurt me, Brett.
We got to get back to this, Brett. I'm sorry.
Anybody will tell you. Now you
I
tell
thought we
me.
met a long time ago. At least I saw you.
Right.
How you doing?
When you fell down for him. I'm going to get my sack back. I'm going to get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Well, I don't care. You hurt me. You hurt me. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You really hurt me. You hurt me, Brett.
We got to get back to this, Brett. I'm sorry.
Was that creepy or what? That was weird. And you know what Brett's thinking, like, this guy's got CTE. He probably brought a gun. I'm not even joking, okay? That's one of those moments where that could have happened. That's just that's got to be one of the weirdest videos I've ever seen in football. That's got to be one of the weirdest. Did I get your super chat? Yeah, I got one super chat from you, Izzy. It says, I'm hearing that Tom Brady said that Stafford should be the MVP. I read that one. Did you send another one? If you did, I don't see it. Minute Man, as creepy as Brett Favre is sending banana pics. We'll put it that way. Aaron, what? Yeah, it hasn't come up, buddy. Yeah, that freaks me out. I could see the fear and confusion on Brett's face. He just, because at first I guarantee you he thought like, oh, he's just kidding with me, you know? Because old guys do that. They you know, old rivals, they walk up and they're like, hey, you know, and then they're just kidding. And I think Brett went from, oh, we're just having fun to, oh shit, he's serious. Not good. Not good. And then God knows what's next, you know? Gastineau could have been carrying a gun with him that day. I mean, that CTE, man, that thing is rough. Israel, just take what you wrote and post it here, and then I'll put it up on the screen. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I need to stand up for a second. I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back, real quick. Okay. So I step away for 1 second, and then now the Steelers learn how to play football. So maybe I'm the key. Maybe they get stage fright when I'm watching. And watch them now. I'm back, so they're going to screw it up. Okay. First touchdown, 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 touchdown. Oh, okay. Israel. Israel sends a super chat on Rumble. He says, I made a Jets joke. They're the only team in NFL history to never create an interception on defense. U.S. military intercepted a narco commie in South America, but Jets couldn't even intercept a football. Well done. I felt that one right here. Well done. Well done, Israel. Well done. Seeing a last name like Oku reminds me of the Nigerian Nightmare. Yeah. Christian Okoye. So it's got the same basic sound to it. Yeah. It's funny that you know who the Nigerian Nightmare is, John. You're pretty young. When did he retire? Let's see. I think he retired when I was in high school, maybe something like that. No, 93 when I was in junior high. I remember it was the 90s, like I was in school at the time. But he ran over a lot of people, injured a lot of people. John, you're 26 now? Damn, dude. Time's gone by too fast. I still think of you as being like, what were you, like 19 when I first met you? Or first started talking to you? It's See, basically, y'all, you guys, your age kind of freezes in my mind where you were when I met you guys for the first time. So that's like how my mind pictures you as that. It's weird. Yeah, Israel, I think of you the same way. I still think of you as being, 20, 19, whatever. It's just very strange. Very, very strange. Yeah. So I just always think of you guys as being really young. So, but yeah, that's interesting. Well, I do it to myself too. Like sometimes it's I forget that I'm in my 40s. Actually, I don't feel like I'm in my 40s. It just I actually forget sometimes. It's weird. Okay, Lamar Jackson, let's see what you can do. Lamar Jackson. Mr. Two-time MVP. An injury. Yay. Hey, look, we got a super chat. How Albuquerque asked me, how young do you think I was before you found out I was older than you? I thought you were the same age as them. It was it was originally it was because of your name, because of the logo. Like most people, gamers are, it made you appear to be a gamer, and so most people or gamers like that put gamer modes in their tags are usually the younger people. So, but I started figuring it out after talking to you. That kind of gives it away. So it's just like certain phrasing, certain way you talk. It's a giveaway. Wow. What the hell was that? What is back, baby? Let's go. Wow. See, that's what I'm talking about interceptions and turnovers. They're just so weird. See, look how random that shit is. It's just... All right, here we go. Make something happen. Don't go for it on fourth down again. If that happens, just kick the field goal. Yeah, certain phrasing, certain words, or when you say I remember this or something, like it gives it away. Little things like that give it away about your age. My second favorite video game of all time is A Link to the Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past from Super Nintendo. That's my second favorite game. Does anybody know my favorite game ever? My favorite video game ever? I'll give you a hint. It is from the original Nintendo Entertainment System. Let's see who knows. I've mentioned it before on the show years and years ago. Let's see who remembers. Let's see who was paying attention. I'll read your super chat just a second, L. I just want to see what happens here on this drive, see if they can score. Oh my God. Phil, why did you say Metroid? And Elva Courage, why did you say Super Mario Brothers? One of you guys is correct. One of you guys is correct. I just want to know which one, why you said what you said. Wow. Wow, Phil. Phil, that was good. That's good. That's good deduction there, my friend. That's that works. So my favorite game of all time is indeed Metroid. Phil figured it out. He said because you had the Metroid music in the Brady versus Montana documentary. That's true. That's true. So, nice job. Nice job. But so many good games. Tecmo Bowl, thank you. That's one of my favorite as well. If we're talking the old games. Loved the NHL games in the 90s. Modern games, I love Halo. I love all the Halo games. At one point, I was ranked really high in Halo, like in the world, where it was ranked really, really high. Halo 2, it was Halo 2 when it came out, and they were keeping the online stats. Did pretty well. Me and my friend Kevin, you know him, he's Nightly Sinister. We were serious Halo players. Kick the field goal. Oh, I loved Castlevania. No, there isn't any games on the Nintendo, the original Nintendo, I would say I didn't like. Probably. There might be, but I loved almost everything. Those games are fun. Thank you for kicking the field goal. Thank you. If we're going back to the 80s, then we're going to do it. All right. So let's see if you guys can get this one. Okay. It's trivia night. It's trivia night. What was my favorite toy cartoon combo? So if you played with toys in the 80s, it was a cartoon. And if you love the cartoon, you love the toys. So they kind of go together. But what was my number one? Now, I had a lot of favorite things that I liked, but this was the clear favorite toy cartoon combo. This is hands down I was a serious collector, had everything you could imagine. I did go, Elf, Ninja Turtles. I did go through a Ninja Turtle phase, just like every other kid in the 80s. But they weren't, I was not as crazy about them as I was this, what I'm talking about. But Ninja Turtles is a very good guess. But collecting this stuff started in the early 80s and lasted all the way until I was in the 90s when I was like 11, 12. I can't really remember at what age I probably stopped buying new toys or whatever. I can't remember, but it lasted my whole childhood, essentially, as far back as I can remember. Smurfs? Well, I liked the Smurfs when I was little, like when I was real little, but that, like, I stopped paying attention to Smurfs by the time I was probably like 6 or 7. People pick Transformers a lot. I'll be honest with you. They were one of my least favorites, and I loved the cartoon, but the toys were not fun for me. Like, you had to transform every single one. It was just very, you couldn't just go and play and fight them and stuff. It just never got my attention the same way. Oh, you're kidding about the Smurfs? Because I loved the Smurfs when I was a kid. My bedroom had Smurf curtains and Smurf sheets, and my brother still has those sheets and curtains. Of course, I don't think he has them up anymore. He has them for nostalgia reasons, but my whole room was decked out in Smurf stuff when I was real small. So that was a serious thing. Who said G.I. Joe first? Let's see. Well, Cindy Eubanks said Transformers or G.I. Joe, but then Minutemen said G.I. Joe. Blindness S said G.I. Joe. That is correct. G.I. Joe. I was a G.I. Joe nutcase. Everything. Okay? Everything. My parents probably have PTSD from how much G.I. Joe stuff I made them buy for Christmas and stuff like that. And in honor of my mother, who died in February, I can't believe it's going to be a year. February 12th is going to be a full year. But when I was a kid, I was in the living room playing with my toys. I had them everywhere, and my mom was the type of person that, she was a stay-at-home mom, so she was cleaning. Every day she gets up, she vacuums, she dusts and things, and she watched soap operas, and all this stuff. But this was the summertime, I think. I was home that day, and I was playing in the living room, and I had my toys everywhere. My soldiers all over the place. And when she's cleaning, she's very serious. Okay, I'll quote Ferris Bueller. Our house was like a museum. It was cold, and you're not allowed to touch anything. Depends on if it's winter or summer, but that's the quote. And but everything was always very neat and in its place, right? So she says, Aaron, I'm going to vacuum in the living room now. Could you move your toys? And I'm like, sure. So I'm gathering them up, but it's taken me a long time because I have to get them one by one and like put them in this little, box of things, and it's just taking me a while. And as I'm doing, I was like, sorry, Mom, it's taking me so long. Wouldn't it be cool, though, if like there was like a big plane that I could just put all of my toys in and everything? And she goes, they have something like that. I said, what do you mean? And she goes, the military has something like that. It's a C1 something, or, you know, she was talking about the C-130, but she said, yeah, it's a cargo plane. They where you put all your military vehicles, and the soldiers can get on it, and then you can just travel and everything can travel together. I'm like, wow, that sounds awesome. Wow, very cool, you know? And then I forgot all about that. Christmas came, which was way down the line. It was far away. Big box under the tree. I open the box. It's a C-130 plane, where all of my toys go into the C-130. She remembered that. She remembered that after all of that. All that time, she remembered that, and it was perfect. Oh my God, I love it. I still have the photo of me holding it up. So I'm holding it up, smiling. I'm standing next to Mom, and I'm like, wow, you know, I'm all excited. And I remember that year so well because that year, my brother Jason got twin kittens for Christmas. He wanted a pet, and he had a hamster, but his hamster ate her own babies, and then she ended up dead, so he was traumatized by that. So Mom got him 2 kittens, and I remember I wanted the kittens, and it was just a big fiasco. But anyway, that was a great Christmas. But that was a great memory for me. And but yeah, I loved those toys and loved all that stuff. So what was my first video game console? Our first video game console was the Atari. That's the first one I remember having. You found that hamster story funny? It was rough at the time. I remember everyone was all sad. We were all like, why did she eat her own babies? What happened? Yeah, it was not cool. It didn't go well. Luckily, the 2 kittens grew up and they didn't eat their own babies. So I remember the kittens were in a basket, and the basket kept moving. And we were like, what the hell is in there? What is that? I was like, oh yeah, Jason was asking for a cat. So we ended up with 2 of them. Okay, we have a $2 super chat from Elf of Courage. He says, for Israel, jets from Florida can intercept narco ships. Jets from New York couldn't intercept a ball. It's just, you know, this is going to be the gift that keeps on giving, right? Yeah, the hamster story. It's funny now, but it was very tragic at the time. I remember being very upset by it. It wasn't even my hamster, but I just was like, "What just happened?" I had an ant farm. That the ones that go in your window. That was fun. Although I have kind of a bad story that goes with that. I turned the ant farm in with a philosophical and scientific concept for the science fair, and did not get first place because the idiot teachers We're too dumb to understand the concept and what I was trying to do. But basically, the point was I was pointing out that I can prove God's existence based off of how the ants look at me, and based on how I judge this ant farm, and how I not judge, how I care for the ant farm, and how everything in the ant farm is dependent on me. So how the ants can see me. So to the ants' point of view, I can turn day into night and night into day by turning on and off a light switch. I can take their food and water from them, or I can provide it for them like that. I can see every one of them everywhere, all at the same time in one view. So I'm everywhere at once. I'm omnipresent. And to them, I'm omnipotent. You know? And I just wrote down all these things, these points to the ants. So to the ants, I am God, correct? And so the concept was, we need to look at that from our perspective to the universe and how it works. This is high concept shit for a fourth grader. I mean, no, they gave it to some stupid dick who had a stupid volcano. Check that. A volcano that used baking powder to erupt. That's original. Fucking lame. Lame shit. Okay. That's all. Sorry, I hear music. Although it probably looks stupid if you don't hear the music with me. Don't mess with me, John. Don't. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You're not going to be fair to the kid who did the volcano, because I could have done the volcano. Okay, there was like 13 other kids who tried the volcano. All right, so we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay, that kid was a douchebag. All right. I still had bad dreams. Very bad dreams. I just wanted to do something original. I was listening in class and everybody had something dumb, and mine came from an idea that my dad gave me, because I said something to Dad. I was like, Dad, do you think the ants think that I've got superpowers? Do you think the ants think that I'm like Superman? And then that led to a conversation about God and ants and things like that. And it kind of led down that road. But plus, I wanted to do something different that year, because the year before, I pissed my mom off because maybe it was, I can't remember exactly if it was me or my brother, but one of us tried to create a potato. Like, we used a potato to try to grow something, and it just rotted and then fell back behind our desk, and then it just got gross and everything and smelled bad, and it was a big disaster. So I wasn't going to do that. Come on, guys, let's go. Scoreboard's wrong. Boom. The Volcano Kid wasn't a teacher's pet. The Volcano Kid was a child of a teacher. Her mom was the his mom was the music teacher, I think, something like that. Music, or maybe it was choir, but got to look out for those strips. Crossbear says, "Is your name secretly Heinz Doofensmertz?" In the show Phineas and Ferb, one of his backstories involves him continuously making baking soda volcanoes. No, I have no idea what that show is, but baking soda volcanoes can kiss my ass. John, if I was anywhere else besides a small town, I would have gotten first place. If I was in the city with some, like people that kind of knew what was up, but no. I've never heard of Phineas and Ferb. I have no idea what that is. Oh, he was losing to baking soda volcanoes. That's funny. Who's he throwing to? What happened there? That's hilarious. Now I've got to see that episode because yeah, it wasn't just me that it was like pissed off. I mean, there was several of us pissed off, but that wasn't the only volcano that day. It's the go-to science fair experiment. It's the number one. It's what everyone does. What the hell? It's pronounced Phineas. Well, excuse me. Well. I'm sorry, but it's Phineas. Okay? Like Aeneas. Where's he going? Oh, this is just bad football. Absolutely, Tapasio. I was trying to prove God's existence, and I was using ants to do it. Because it was a science fair, so I needed to get science involved. There was more to it than that. It wasn't just philosophical. I was showing, I had different statistics and things about the age of the universe and all this stuff. It was very cool. Oh! He just got rocked by his own player. You can't advance the ball, though. Wait, how do so many of you know who Phineas and Ferb is? Are all you guys kids? Oh, ho, ho. He just got rocked. Boom. But the ball never touched it. a Raven. Mm. Dang. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't watch Disney. That's why I'm not a transvestite. That's why I'm not gay. So I didn't watch Disney like you guys. So I'm straight. Okay. I've learned more than I need to learn about Phineas and Ferb. Oh, sorry, Phineas. As Israel would say, Phineas and Ferb. Sorry. Nice job, Crossberry. You had to just come up with this, huh? Thank you. Oh, Elf of Courage. Do you remember Small Wonder? Do you remember Small Wonder? And let's see. I loved Small Wonder. That was a great show. I bet none of you young people know what Small Wonder is. And no, we're not talking about Travis Kelce's penis, okay? But it was a show. Small Wonder was awesome. So it was this guy had a son, and he created a sister for him, but she was a robot. It's a very good show. Very good show. That's a real show, not some stupid cartoon called Finnegalus and Fadoo or whatever it is. It's a fellatio. What is it called again? Fellatio and herb? Fellatio and herb or whatever you called it. Oh, I love this song. Sticks. It'll be the end today. I'm a wanted man. That was fun. Well, that didn't work. Another injury. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. I'm sure it was a good show. Yeah, Disney wasn't always the way it is now. That's Disney Channel was a thing when I was a kid, but it was, I don't know, most people didn't have it, and it was very expensive. Like it just it wasn't really worth it back in the day. Have I seen Real Monsters? No, I never heard of that. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I missed that. I have a $2 super chat from Alpha Courage. He says, that means the 76 Bucks, the '08 Lions, and the 2017 Browns had more picks than the Jets. That's correct. That's correct. Those atrociously bad teams, those teams that are legendarily awful, have more interceptions than the Jets do right now. I remember my nieces and nephews used to watch a show called Hannah Montana. And then I think it was like 2013, we were watching the MTV Music Awards. And Hannah Montana comes out on stage acting like a whore. And it was like, wait, that's that little girl from that show that my niece and nephews used to watch? What? What happened? What's going on here? What kind of bizarro world are we living in now? So, get him! You got to make that tackle, dude! Oh my God. Unbelievable. You know, come to think of it, I think my nieces and nephews are the same age as some of you guys. I think they're probably around 25 or 26 right now. I think. Yeah, they would be because they were born in like 97, 98, 99, 01. Yeah. Wow. It's very weird. I don't want to do a score update, James. I'm pissed off. I can't believe they let Lamar Jackson do that to them just now. Make the tackle, man. Make the tackle. Stop being babies. Pricks. Hey guys, do me a favor. I'm going to be going live this week. I need somebody there at least, so I'm not playing to myself. So please go to Von Morphy. Von Morphy, the channel, Von Morphy, and subscribe. And click the notification button where it's solid. The bell is solid. So let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'll give you the link here. Here you go. Link to Von Morphy. Von Morphy's Gridiron Chess. Von Morphy Gridiron Chess. Let's go. Let's go. That's it, baby. Right now, I've got 14 subscribers. But you guys are the only ones I've told about it. So let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So I would like to do a documentary where we talk about football and chess. Okay, so hear me out. What I would love to do is interview quarterbacks and famous NFL coaches and offensive coordinators and stuff. Talk to them and then talk to famous chess players and get like a just and go through the history of football, gridiron football, and in the history of chess, and then kind of merge them together. I would like to do a badass documentary, maybe shop it on Amazon or Netflix or one of those those kind of platforms. Maybe not Netflix, but I don't know how much that would cost, because I bet you some of the quarterbacks will probably want like an appearance fee, of some sort. But man, that would be awesome. Go interview Warren Moon about it. Go interview, really crazy cerebral quarterbacks. I'd love to interview. That'd be cool to interview some of the great field generals in history. Man, that would be awesome. Gord King says, I think the MVP this season should be renamed the Stational Championship. It's true, man. It's true. It doesn't mean most valuable player. It doesn't mean that. Not if Matthew Stafford gets it. I'm sorry, but you shit yourself when you have the lead, the MVP lead, supposedly, and you shit yourself on national TV to a team that you should have beaten. You don't. No. Do we really? Okay. What are the Rams? They're 12-5, right? Do we really believe that they would be much worse if Stafford wasn't the quarterback? Be honest. But you put a different quarterback on the Patriots right now, and I'm sorry, but they ain't the number 2 seed, buddy. Okay? Now another injury. Damn, guys, just get off the field if you're hurt. Yes. Yes, the Rams would be the number 1 seed with Drake May. Easily. Yes, absolutely. They're probably 15-2. Yeah, absolutely. What the hell is the name of that stadium for the Steelers? Acrisure? What is that? All right. Stupid name. Stafford was wildly mediocre throughout his time in Detroit. In LA, Drake May would be cooking with grass. Yeah. They're going to give staph infection a lifetime achievement award. That's what this is. No, it's not Heinz Field anymore. It's some acupuncture stadium or some shit. Whatever that sign was, they changed it. It's a new company or something that bought it out. I can't believe they got rid of it. It's like Heinz Field. It's everyone knows Heinz Field. You got to keep that name, man. What are you doing? So, but apparently they didn't want to pay for it, or they got outbidded by acupuncture. Whatever. It used to be called Three Rivers Stadium. You guys remember that? That's some real old shit. Bet you youngins don't know what Three Rivers Stadium is. Ketchup Stadium? Yeah, it's true. But Heinz Ketchup is so good, though. Got to give it to him. It's good stuff. Are you a Heinz Ketchup person or are you a Hunt's Ketchup person? There's a great distinction there. Depends on your personality, I think. There's the Heinz Ketchup people. There's the Hunt's Ketchup people. And then there's the bargain shoppers. The ones that say, either one, it doesn't make a difference to me, whichever one's on sale. And those are the people that I will look down the aisle of a grocery store like, What a weirdo. Freaking weird ass person. You're just gonna buy whatever's on sale? I don't care what ketchup I get. Whatever's on sale. No. No. It's either Hunt's or Heinz. It's one or the other. Let's go, Aaron. Make something happen here. Do the Steelers just suck, or is Aaron Rodgers is he done? He's not he's not. I don't know. I guess I just expected a lot more from him, but I don't know what's going on here. But Stafford, Papa Pumpkin says Stafford is lethal from 1 yard outside the end zone. MVP. Yeah. While the Patriots run the ball like a proper team. Yeah, I don't think so either, Gord. I think that's true. He's not that dude anymore that can just make some plays that just change everything. Maybe he is. Maybe he'll do it here, but this is so sloppy and sluggish. Man, watching this it's just like having your teeth pulled, man. It's crazy. Now, false start. You guys aren't even set. They're not getting the snap count. What is this? This is Van Noy's allowed to move, dude. How do you not already know? There it is, right there. Right up the seam, right up them. There you go. There you go. That's the old Tom Brady to Gronk play right there, guys. Not yet. I love that Ravens logo, man. That shield on their side. I would love to be a Ravens fan just for the logos and stuff. They've got such great merchandise and things, but I'm sorry. I'm going to just start calling this guy Vermouth. Darius Washington. Darius Washington is the gayest Washington that's ever lived. Darius Washington is extremely yes, Lamar Jackson fans are insufferable. Israel's right. They are insufferable. They are, God, if you're on X, man, and you run into a Lamar Jackson fan, you just, it's rough. It's rough. That was a waste of a play. Come on. What are y'all doing? Aaron, just call your own plays. Who cares? What are you, a rookie? What do you need the call for? You're a motherfucking NFL quarterback. You've been in the league for 30 fucking years. Why does he need a fucking helmet for? I mean, what does he need the communicator for? Is this really happening? So you just burned 2 timeouts and let the Ravens get set because you couldn't call your own fucking play because you needed to talk to the offensive coordinator? And this guy is the GOAT? Are you kidding me right now? No. What? You're relying on that dickhead who's got the 1970s porn stash? You're relying on him to call your plays for you when you've been in the league this long? I'm sorry. That's unacceptable. Holy shit. Doesn't matter now. You ain't got no timeouts anymore. That's unbelievable. That is I cannot believe what we just saw. I just can't. A veteran quarterback panicking because his headset went off. What the fuck? That was embarrassing, dude. That was embarrassing. That now the Ravens score, and then you need the ball, and you ain't got no timeouts anymore. I'm never going to forget that sequence. That I cannot believe that was a veteran quarterback that just did that. I just can't believe it. Guys, this makes a lot of sense. Do you remember the Buccaneers Packers NFC Championship game when instead of going forward on 4th down and putting the ball in Aaron's hands, you kick a field goal, hoping that your defense can stop Tom Brady from getting a first down? You remember that? Yeah, that was the moment that Aaron should have said, yeah, I got this. Shut up. Okay? We're going for it. And when he didn't do that, if you go back and watch that, you'll remember that I was like freaking out like this on the show. I was like saying something like, wow, I can't believe, but it's maybe there's something to this that it's just that is crazy. Dude, Peyton Manning, if that was Peyton, if that was Tom, they would have just Yeah, the thing don't work. Yeah, shut up. In fact, we've seen that before. I understand if it's the first quarter, but not when these timeouts are on the line. You know, you're wanting to get it fixed or whatever. But you got to go. You've got to move. Those timeouts are precious now. They're too important. This is the end of the game. This fourth quarter. You need those. It's unbelievable. What's up, Tapasio? They take a slow drive here and they just run it down. Steelers can't do nothing about it. All I know is this: if they lose this game and Aaron blames equipment or something, oh my God, it's just, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Your coordinator talks to you to keep a flow of a game, to keep the game plan, in line to what everyone was planning, everything that you wanted to do. The offensive coordinator is seeing it from a different vantage point. That's the communication. There's a flag. Touchdown. Bet you wish you had those timeouts right now, don't you, Aaron? But anyway, what I was saying is the coordinators and the head coaches, they all have direct communication with the quarterback. Call the plays. That is to keep things in line, and you just stay with that sequence because all week long you've game planned for this, and you want to keep that sequence together. But when it goes out, you haven't. You're not a Borg, a member of a Borg who got cut off from the Borg collective. All right. Aaron's acting like he's a Borg that got cut off. It's you can't just do it yourself. Like, it's weird. Nice defense by the Steelers, by the way. At least they scored fast, huh? This is embarrassing. I mean, not for me, but for them. So. Yeah, I remember that, Papa Pumpkin. I remember the headset issue. They said that we were cheating, and now the headset goes down on their own stadium. It's like, you going to blame us now too? Yeah. What's up, Wooly? Irie, what's up? Katie? Everybody's showing up now. How you guys doing? Yeah, this is unbelievable. If the only good thing that came out of that is that the Ravens scored fast. Because I was saying, like, if the Ravens keep just going first down, this is a nightmare, you know. But they at least they scored quickly. So now Aaron has a chance to do something similar, although you're going to have to get a lot of first downs because you got the 2-minute warning, and Baltimore has all 3 of their timeouts because their quarterback didn't piss them away because his little helmet went off. I can't hear my coach. I need a new helmet because the coach tells me what to do. He tells me when to go pee-pee. He tells me when to go boom-boom. He tells me what I can eat. He tells me what I can go and who I can have sex with and what I can buy and what I can go, what movie to see. I need my coach for everything. I'm Aaron Rodgers. I can't do anything without my coach telling me what to do. Yeah, a lot of shootouts happen in Baltimore and Chicago too. And Memphis. All right, let's see. Lots of first downs if you can. I'll be honest with you. Actually, the clock is your friend at this point. If you're Pittsburgh, you want to run the clock, you want to get down, then you want to score. I mean, you're either going to score here or you lose game anyway. So you might as well try to do it like that. So stay in bounds. Okay. I know this is a rare moment where you actually want to stay in bounds. No, usually you want to go out, but not here. Because even if you need a touchdown, you score that, they only need a field goal. But at least it's a timeout, you know. I mean, at least it's a tie game. What the hell am I saying? Exactly, Elf. And even if the Pittsburgh loses this game, Tomlin can still say, I haven't had a losing season. Barf. What the hell was that? Don't be standing there looking like, where's my flag? Get back to the huddle. You're not LeBron James. Just play. There's no pass interference there, dude. Just get back to the huddle. All right, the way they're playing, just go for the end zone. I don't think they can get a first down. See? There it is. Like I said, go for the end zone because I don't think they can get a first down. Boom. Let's go. That's hilarious. I was just being a dick. But hey, if that works. Now these teams have figured out how to play. That's interesting. On offense, I mean. Or does the defense just don't know how to stop anybody? Depends on, are you a glass half full or glass half empty kind of person? Oh! He missed it! That's going to cost them the game. Oh my God. Holy crap. He missed the extra point. Yep, John. Aaron's got someone to blame now. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. To lose like that is painful. If your kicker can't make an extra point like that in this situation, he is no good to you. He is no good to you. That's what he's paid for. He's not paid to make an extra point in the first quarter of week 4. Okay? He's paid for that. Oh, look how much room they're giving them now. This is over. This is unbelievable. Yeah, we need to get Chisel Adonis back on the show and get his thoughts on some of this. I'll write to him and let's see if he's interested in coming on. This is it's going to be a loss probably though. Unbelievable. Lamar should have just tried to run with that. Yeah. Why'd he throw that? 3rd and 7. They should have called a timeout, I think, but okay. Fourth down. I don't think Lamar threw Hopkins under the bus. I think he signaled for Hopkins to go down further. That's why Lamar threw it over like that. I think Hopkins is the one that thought it was a first down, short, out route there just to the sideline. Or I'm sorry, whatever. You know what I meant. Wow. I think I might have CTE. How many times have we seen a playoff game, and this is a playoff game, where Aaron's sitting there watching his defense have to try to stop somebody? This is a common view. All right, this could be the game right here. They're going to give up a Lamar Jackson run, aren't they? He caught that. All they had to do was beat the Browns. All they had to do was beat the Browns, and they're in the playoffs, and none of this matters. Wow. Yeah, Ramsey does suck. He should have hit him. He should have laid his fucking ass out right there. You fucking loser. That kicker. You loser. You absolute loser. And you didn't miss a field goal, buddy. You missed an extra point. You missed an extra point. It's not like it was like a 45, 50-yarder that, with a lot of pressure. You missed an extra point. It's just like the defense isn't even paying attention on an extra point. It's not like anybody's going to block it from you. It's like, wow. What are you getting paid for? What are you getting paid for? I'd sue him for his salary. I'd try to get my money back if I was the Steelers. Holy shit, he missed it. Wow. Wow. Fuck both of these teams. They suck. Both of these teams suck. Eat a dick. Eat all the dicks. Hi, Melena. We have a new idiot kicker. What's up? What's up? Pathetic. 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 Okay. So Boswell, he has to send a gift package to that kicker. This is mediocrity on steroids. This was who who didn't want to win bad enough. usually it's who wants it bad enough, who wants to win. This was who wanted to lose more. You guys remember 2011? You remember the AFC Championship game where he missed that kick? So they showed Ray Rice standing on the sidelines going, that's so Ravens. Hey, I get that joke. I'm in shock, honestly. It's weird. It's just weird. Yeah, who is it? Wide, hit it wide in the playoffs for the Justin Tucker's happy. Yeah, well, I don't think Justin would have missed that. But yeah. Just that's weird. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's a good one, John. Vikings is going to be trying to sign Baltimore's kicker. Yeah. It just seems natural for him to be in Minnesota, right? So that's Blair Walsh. Yeah. Blair Walsh. You remember that? That was a great joke. During the NFL honors, I can't remember who was hosting. I think maybe it was Conan O'Brien, but somebody said Blair Walsh was invited to the awards show, but he missed the entrance by about 15 feet. And I thought that was pretty funny. So I'm just, I can't believe it. Because I'm in shock by both of them, by the Boswell extra point, the missed kick by the Ravens, but also that helmet fiasco with Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, but that has really opened my eyes. Like, that's neither team wanted this, did they? They just did whatever they could to lose the damn game. It's just both sides. Scott Norwood was invited, but he missed the entrance wide right. Oh, I remember that. I was going for Buffalo in that Super Bowl. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. We got a big one Sunday night, guys. And on Monday night, we get to watch the Texans beat the shit out of the Steelers, because if tonight and last week is any indication, the Steelers are just not a good team right now. I mean, I know they're going to get DK Metcalf back, and they've got TJ Watt back, so maybe that will be a difference maker, and there will be an uptick in their play, but we'll see. It's the Texans, though. The Texans are playing good defense. No, that's true. You haven't made it easy for yourself.
And 2 years before that were tough as well. So it's been an absolute blessing to be here with these fans and this organization and Mike T and the leadership that we got with these guys. And I think we found that little bit, that's something special, which is belief tonight on the offensive side. And I'm proud of our guys, the way we responded in the fourth quarter.
Had to ask it. Cam, come on in here. He said you gave a great pregame speech. What was that speech?
No, I was just saying, let's be a little bit selfish tonight. We're playing for everybody in that locker room. We dedicate our lives to this, and everybody came to play. It wasn't just one person. Thankful to get a guy like this back. Thankful for that guy right there, but it was a team effort. Was it pretty? No, but we got the job done. And
you have been a part of this rivalry for so long. To have a game like this, you're just shaking your head. I mean, what does this mean to win a game like this and be a part of this?
Just adds another chapter to the Baltimore-Pittsburgh rivalry. It's unpredictable, comes down to a couple plays, came down to a field goal, and, man, I'm just lucky I'm on the right side of this.
You sure are, and everybody's been talking about how thankful they were to have you back. What was it like to be back out there with your team tonight?
It was awesome. It truly was awesome. The guys, we had a great week of prep. Just got as many reps as I possibly could in practice and came on here and just tried to fly around and feed off the energy what our defense has been doing the last couple weeks. We've been playing tremendous football, and I just want to add to it.
Yeah, and it looked like it didn't impact you at all. I mean, no special attention on the sideline. You feel good?
Yeah, I feel good. We'll see how tomorrow goes, but for right now, I feel pretty good.
All right. right, come on in here because you had the game-winning touchdown. Tell us about that.
You know, you never know when your moment's going to be called, and you know, we just attack practice each week. Me and Abe been working on that route for probably like 3-4 weeks, and you know, you never know when it's going to come into fruition, and it came into fruition at the biggest moment.
At the biggest moment, congratulations, you're headed to the playoffs.
Thank you. Got the hat and T-shirt, baby.
Yes, a hat and T-shirt night for Calvin Austin and the rest of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers' last playoff game that he referenced there with Melissa was 2021. They lost the divisional to San Francisco. And then the next year in game 272, last game of the year, Rodgers lost to the Lions, and we saw Aaron take that long walk up the tunnel with Randall Cobb, wondering if we were going to see him play again. He played 2 years with the Jets. And for Chris, I thought right up until toe met leather there that we were going to see an Aaron Rodgers walk-off like that one more time.
I did too, and maybe the only person happier is DK Metcalf. Don't forget now, after 2 games off, you're going to add him back to the mix with this team. But I couldn't help but think when I was watching Melissa interview those guys, those are the moments you talk about 40 and 50 years later. Those moments when you go, do you remember
Okay, it's enough of you, Collinsworth. Shut up. So that was fun. It turned out to be pretty interesting, didn't it, guys? So there's no Thursday night game this Thursday. We're going to be seeing a lot of each other on the weekend because of the playoff games. So I might do a show Thursday night anyway, because even though there's not a game, like a short show, like maybe like an hour or so, just to talk about the playoff matchups. I think that'd be cool to kind of analyze everything now that we know what's coming. So I think that would be prudent to do that. So yeah, that game was hilarious. That's just unbelievable. And it's interesting because we have a lot of wild card teams that are actually better teams than division winners. This is a phenomenon that's happened on both sides of the conferences this year. But yeah. Like I said, the Steelers get back DK Metcalf. Maybe he can help the situation. They just got back TJ Watt, and of course he had that interception, although it was his pressure that led to the to Hayward, tipping it. But or wait, who was that? Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, but his presence there is felt, and you can see it. But we'll see in the playoffs. So it's funny. It's funny, but they might have just saved Mike Tomlin's job. It depends. If they get humiliated next week, if they just get embarrassed, then there may still be some changes. But I think the way it just ended for Baltimore, I think Jim Harbaugh's probably out. He's not going to be fired, but I think it's going to be a Belichick crap thing where they're just like, you know what? Let's kind of go ahead and do something different now. I think that's probably coming. Yeah. So whatever. All right, guys. So I will see you guys, all you guys back here on Thursday night for a shorter show. We'll just do like an hour or something like that. And then we have the weekend. Like I said, I have a chess tournament in the early afternoon on Saturday. So I won't be able to do that first game. But our game's not even until Sunday anyway. And that 49ers Eagles should be good too. So we'll be doing like we used to do. We'd stream the playoff games and that's how we do it. So, but thank you for being here with me tonight. It's been fun. I've enjoyed tonight. This has been great. And go Pats. We'll see you Thursday. Bye.
This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching Von Allen Sports. Real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go!
This is the man with the most badass name in sports, the Pharaoh, the Egyptian god himself, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And on behalf of my man Von Allen, we want to thank you for your support. Let's fucking go.
Von Allen Sports.